And then I don't know how you go from locks to an afro with no patches overnight. But you know, that's what happens when you sell your soul. They make you dress funny, you know? They make you put on wigs.
Jay went viral over the weekend over a freestyle he did at the Roots picnic, and people feel like he took shots at you. You seen it?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Contrary to what everyone may believe, I still really look at Jay as my brother.
Cap.
I do. And I know Jay, and I was like, all these years, even just amongst my crew, we was like, that nigga ain't gonna never say nothing until he's broke. So he hasn't said anything for 20 years, and I'm like, dang, I hope he's not broke.
You serious?
Because, you know, he would have said something, and it was like whack. It was like a joke. It was no joke. He used my lyrics. So, you know, I started to be like, I would have preferred the version of Jay that would have said something a little bit more clever. And that's not the version of Jay that Dame would have ever signed. I would have never signed him. And I was telling my people, I'm like, it must be embarrassing for him to now have to be on the stage, not the same version of yourself, and to still have to work at that age. See, I'm a boss.
Oh, here we go again.
I don't have to work at this age. That's what my concern was. Because I still look at Jay like a brother, and I know that even when he was younger, Jay hated talking to people. He'd been trying to retire since Reasonable Doubt. So to have to go on stage 20 years later, as a brother, I just felt kind of embarrassed for him, you know? And then the funny nigga in me,
Pause.
I couldn't even hear the lyrics because his hairstyle is crazy. And I was looking around, I'm like, damn, why would anybody let you come outside like that? And it should be jokes for that hairstyle. Everyone around you that claim they love you and you came out the house, they should have looked at you like, bro, what are you doing? Like, we don't want to see that, Jay. And I'm gonna tell, you know, because I still care about you, Jay. When you do Yankee Stadium, I need you to get a fade, you know, not a fade, a Caesar. I need you to put the Yankee hat to the side. We want to see jewelry. We don't want to see this version of you. I know. That version of The Rock is painful and hard to look at. Pause. So it's almost like we don't have direct conversation. But I do feel like if I'm not around, if Dave isn't around, Jay isn't relevant. And that's the reason why I feel like he always has to bring my name up all the time. But the way that he was on stage and the way that he was trying to go at everybody, it was terrible. It was horrible. I'm like, dang, what? Why are you trying to make people look at the outline of you and not directly at you? Why do they keep putting you in these funny hairstyles and these wigs? Like, who's your stylist? What if Jay would have came out with that stupid hairstyle, looking like a tree with nothing shiny in 2000 or 96, wherever he came out, would have been the Jay-Z that you would have been a fan of? And then he's getting at Drake. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Drake could beat Kendrick. But I know Drake could beat Jay.
Oh, call declined. Embarrassing.
I know this. And then I'm like, dang, He talking about all these people and he never said nothing about 50. I guess he don't want to smoke with 50. I don't know. They both been kind of quiet, so I don't know. And then, on top of that, the businessman in me was like, oh snap, I got a TV show coming out on BET. You know, I'm the owner of Revolt.
Cap.
I got all these things coming up. Jay-Z's talking about me. This is an alley-oop.
That is an alley-oop that got stuck in midair.
And then I don't know how you go from locks to an afro with no patches overnight. But you know, that's what happens when you sell your soul. They make you dress funny, you know? They make you put on wigs. I just saw what happened to Kevin Hart last week. So I couldn't even really get aggravated because I'm now seeing what happens 25 years after you sell your soul. You're in hell. You couldn't tell me that when you were 30, you wanted to be 60. With that stupid hairstyle, beefing with people that you knew would get at you.
And then I don't know where you got this from, Jay, but you calling me a nut ass nigga? Pause. Stop it. Don't do that, Jay. You know we don't play with nuts around here. We don't play like that. Pause. Let's keep it jokes. Let's keep it comedy. Don't play with no nuts over here.